Good morning to everyone. So today is 5th of July 2022, and I'll practice as I told in earlier videos, half an hour or 1 hour daily speaking practice will help us to get a better grip on English communication, and even that not require a tutor at all, because I guess we all know the basics, what the terms to use and how to study, how to read it. So let's start today. Let's see how much I improved from the last video. So I have Economics Times of India, that is a newspaper I take every day. So start with the first page, the front page. The front page has a first news with a photograph of our Honorable Prime Minister, that PM may launch JP Morgan MUFG dossier ops in Gift City. Another headline is new COVID strain could lead to the fresh infections. That is really dangerous, and I guess everybody is taking a precaution, wear a mask, maintain a safe distance, at least 6 feet, and use sanitizer. That will not protect you, but also protect infection and infection that may spread to others. And last on the head of the page is it reads can't levy service charges on food bill. So might be that's a good news for us, like when we go on the restaurants or like extra service charge we need not to pay. So let's start from the news one. That's on the top of when you open this news, Economics Times, first your eyes will go on the headline. That's called trade deficit jumps to the record $25.63 billion in June. New Delhi. India's trade deficit swelled to a record. Just 1 minute, I got something on newspaper on my laptop. Just wait. Access. Sorry. So headline is trade deficit jumps to record $25.63 billion in June 2022. India's trade deficit swelled to a record $25 billion in June, driven by the imports of petroleum, coal and gold, and slow exports, raising concern about a further slide in rupee and bigger current account deficit. Official data released on Monday showed that India's merchandise exports in June rose 16.8% on year to $17.9 billion, slower than 20.5% in May, while imports rose at a faster 51% to $63 billion. The trade deficit in June 2021 was $9.61 billion. Given the global headwinds and dollar strength, coupled with the rising trade deficit, the INR may well weaken to 80.81 rupees per dollar in quarter 2, according to Aditi Nair, chief economist at ICRA. Ahead of the release, the Indian currency closed at 78.95 to the dollar on Monday. The trade deficit during the first 3 months of this fiscal year widened to $17.25 billion from $31.42 billion in the year ago period, according to the data released by the Commerce and Industry Ministry. A recession in the developed world is reducing demand for global goods export. The WTO has already reduced its forecast, and that is being reflected in Indian exports. Because of the high dependence of the India on oil imports, it has led to trade deficit rising, and India ratings and research chief economist D.K. Pant, we expect that the CAD at 3% of GDP, but more worrying is the balance of payment deficit at $45 to $50 billion, Pant told ET. The future rupee is expected to expand the trade deficit further, since a weaker domestic currency makes imports costlier. It will also make imports expensive, adding to inflationary pressures. Export growth moderated due to the base effect, some connection in commodity prices, and global growth concern. Imports exceeded expectations, led by crude and coal, underscoring India's import dependence and vulnerability to fuel price movements. Nair said. The recent measures taken by the government, particularly the import duty on gold, should help prevent the current account deficit from crossing 3% to 3% of GDP, she said. The government has hiked the gold imports duty to 15% more, 15% from 10 to 10.75% to rein in the CAD current account deficit and rising imports. Besides imposing a windfall tax on domestic crude producers like ONGC that were benefiting from high international prices. Economists said discounted oil imports from Russia could help relieve the pressure going ahead. Now moving to the some political news. It's a pure politics. From Maharashtra, the news headline is Uddhav faction moves SC against Speaker's call on Sena chief whip. The second, moving to the next headline, it's the PM Modi urges youth to build a new India. PM Narendra Modi in Andhra Pradesh lauded the role of the less celebrated freedom fighters, including those belonging to the tribal community, saying the struggle for independence should not become a history for the few areas or a select few. Now third, moving to the another headline, it's, I guess, let's see what's in the news. Maybe helpful, maybe good for India, may have some windfall effect. So let's see what's on next news article. Headline: Vedanta Foxconn JV told to give info on cheap expertise. The center is unsure if the Vedanta Foxconn joint venture has appropriate technical know-how for semiconductor manufacturing and fabrication. Multiple sources aware of the government thinking on the matter told ET. The Ministry for Electronics and Information Technology wants the Anil Agrawal owned Vedanta and Taiwan-based Foxconn Technology Group to provide more details on how they plans to acquire the required expertise or get a third partner with demonstrated technical capabilities, according to the sources who declined to be identified. We are not very sure on how they plan to achieve the scale that the government envisions. We want the companies to clarify on this, said one senior government official, while noting that the Foxconn has not really been involved in a large-scale fabrication of semiconductor chips. Email sent to the Foxconn seeking its response to Mate's stance remained unanswered till this time. Replying to the ET's email query over whether the government had sought further details or asked it to include a third partner or representative for Vedanta, Vedanta said no such request was made by the ministry. Companies need to demonstrate clear expertise in the specialized field of semiconductor manufacturing to qualify for incentives under India's ambitious rupees 76,000 crore scheme aimed at creating a comprehensive semiconductor ecosystem that the sources pointed out. For the government, it's not about one company. It's a major plan and will have global repercussions. We cannot have any plans fail or turn up short in expectation at the last stage, another official said. To receive government approval to set up a semiconductor fabrication in India, companies should either own a fabrication unit for semiconductor chips in the 65 to 28 nanometer range or possess the production grade license technologies to make 28 nanometer chips. They must also provide visibility into advanced node technologies through licensing or development according to the official note on the requirement, which has been reviewed by ET. Earlier in February, the government had said that it has received investment proposal worth rupees 1.53 lakh crore from the several companies. So I guess that's not so good news for the chip market. Basically, this can have some impact on EV electric vehicles, battery manufacturing, etc. Now moving to the third news, another news article, it says windfall tax to be reviewed fortnightly. I guess that has a reference of GST council meeting held on 28 or 29 or might be on 30 at the Chandigarh. So let's see what's on the news. The government will review the windfall tax levied on locally produced food every 2 weeks based on the exchange rate, level prices, and the local cost of crude. Government officials said. Revenue Secretary Tarun Bajaj said the center has not fixed any price level at which the tax will be withdrawn. Like more news has been covered on the page 7, so that's in short news where if you don't have a time, then you can also get a glimpse what this news is all about. Now another similar kind of another in short news, investor no to Britannia loan investment gap. So the news has shown the thumbs down. So let's see. Public shareholders of Britannia Industries have rejected its proposal seeking approval to make investment loans and guarantees up to 5,000 crore in an annual general meeting held last week. Nusli Wadia's remuneration has been approved. Rajesh Mahajan's report. Another news is regarding Tata Motors' plan to add 500,000 cars to sell 500,000 cars in FY23. Tata Motors chairman and Chandrasekaran told shareholders the company plans to sell 500,000 car in FY23 and express confidence EV sales will cross 1 lakh units by next fiscal. Now some news is from Manipal. For see what's there. Manipal's spies look to raise $500 million. Promoters of Manipal Hospital and Pai family are in talks with a clutch of banks led by Barclays to raise $400 to $500 million as they seek to buy back half the shares held by US private equity investor TPG Capital in India's TPG Capital in India's second largest hospital chain. People aware of the matter say DOS Bank, DBS, Nomura, and Standard Chartered Bank have also been approached. The people told ET. The fundraising, which will be the syndicated acquisition financing facility, will be priced after the Rajan 5 years group finalized the buyback terms. Discussions are ongoing on the price, which will be at a spread over the global benchmark secured overnight financing rate. Said one of the people. It should be mostly a 5-year facility. He added. Manipal Hospitals, TPG, and the bank did not comment. TPG, which invested 146 million in Manipal in 2015, holds a 21.5% stake. So that's it on the first page of Economic Times on 5th of July 22, Chandigarh edition. And half of news is of an ad of a company called Kyndryl. Forgive me if I did not pronounce it well or good. It's a Kyndryl, Kyndryl, I guess. And the news, the ad says the value of progress. The top 50 banks rely on our technology systems for everything from better risk management to better customer experience. Kyndryl, the heart to the progress. Now just moving to the second page. So, in the second page, I guess it's mostly covered the news from Maharashtra and in Andhra Pradesh. So, we start with the Maharashtra that was even covered in short in the first page. It's Uddhav Camp's move SC against Maharashtra Speaker's decision on Sena's whip. Whip means I guess it's a word WHIP. Whip means dictate. It's a kind of unilateral decision which is passed without proper consultation or without having a second opinion. So, in meanwhile, what I suggest, I will also give a meaning of some words which I feel that you should know. And these are the regular words which is coming on almost every day. So it's easy to recall every time. Once you get the idea of the word, then after you will never forget because I'm sure that like me, you will also practice daily. So the news is bailable warrant against Raut in defamation case. A court here on Monday issued a bailable warrant against Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut after he failed to appear before it in connection with the defamation complaint filed by the former BJP MP Kirti Somaiya's wife Medha Somaiya. The Savli Metropolitan Magistrates Court had last month issued a process summons against Raut asking him to appear before it on the July 4. However, neither Raut nor his lawyers were present in the court on Monday. Medha Somaiya's lawyer Vivekananda Gupta said. Moving to another news article from the Maharashtra politics itself. It's about newly elected chief minister of Mr. Eknath Shinde. So let's see what's in the news. The Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde group and BJP on Monday won the trust vote comfortably with 164 votes in favor and 94 votes against 8. While this was expected as the Sena BJP had managed to secure 160 votes on Sunday during the election of the speaker, the reduced number in the opposition is a sign of impending trouble for Congress. On Sunday, Mahavikas Agadi candidate Ranjan Salvi got 107 votes in the speaker election, but by Monday during the trust vote, the number fell to 99. The reduced numbers were to a large extent due to the Congress leaders not being present in the assembly. From stalwarts like Ashok Chauhan or to newbies like Jisan Siddiqui, many were not present in the voting. The children of senior political Congress leaders like Praniti Shinde, daughter of former Congress Union Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde, was not present in the speaker's voting on Monday and for the trust vote on Monday. Speaker's voting on Sunday and for the trust vote on Monday. Dheeraj Deshmukh, son of former Chief Minister Vilas Rao Deshmukh, was also not present for former Minister Vijay Vaditiva and others like Kunal Patil, Raju Avale, Mohan Hembarde, Sirish Chaudhary, Madhav Javalgaonkar and Jitesh Anand Purkar were also absent. In all, 11 Congress MLAs did not vote during the trust vote. Congress leaders in Maharashtra gave different reasons for MLAs not being able to vote, from being stuck in traffic to going abroad. Now let's see what's in another news. But before going to another article, I just read out for the news where Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and Honorable Prime Minister is on the big picture. Something is written on the I guess on Telugu. This and also covered a statue. Let's see what's on the statue before having some controversies there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Andhra Pradesh CM YS Jagan Mohan Reddy and others during celebration marking the 125th birth anniversary of the freedom fighter Alluri Sitaraman Raju in Bhimavaram on Monday. One of the articles which one of the news segment which I particularly like of Economic Times. That's they have some polemic which is have some sarcasm for the current what's happened yesterday or something in the past in in better sarcasm. So it's today saying they have covered the Congress sign, the Congress political sign, and is saying that next 40 years will be the era of BJP. It's the era of BJP. You are here to BJP. I believe in lifeline beyond the hand. Now next on the today's news reading, NI chief holds meeting with Shah on killings. This has let's see what's on the news. Days after the Minister of Home Minister directed National Investigation Agency to take over the probe of the brutal killings of Rajasthan's Udaipur and Maharashtra's Amravati. NI chief Dinkar Gupta on Monday held a meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah at his office in national capital. On June 28, tailor Kanhaiya Kumar was beheaded by the two men inside his shop in Udaipur in broad daylight, while a chemist shop owner Umesh Kole was killed by several men in Amravati on June 21. In Amravati's killing, a district court on Amravati sent the key accused and Irfan Sheikh, the mastermind in the murder case, to the police custody till July 7. The accused, identified as Irfan Sheikh, was arrested by Amravati police in Nagpur on Sunday. Now moving to the next page. This is also covering the news of politics and companies. So start with the start news with something on the airline. So it's basically covered the news of Akasa Air unveils first look of the crew uniform. Akasa Air on Monday unveiled the first look of the crew uniform as the startup carrier prepares to take off in the coming weeks. Oh, that's a good news. Regarding the aviation industry, where one of the startup has come up with their stint in aviation. The airline, backed by the Ace stock market investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, is likely to start services by the end of this month. It has taken delivery of its first Boeing 737 MAX aircraft in India on June 21 and plans to conduct proving flights this week, following which it will get the air operator permit for the launching commercial operations. In a statement on Monday, Akasa Air said that uniform should focus on providing the best possible experience to ensure their comfort over their busy flight schedule. The company said it is the first Indian airline to have introduced custom trousers and jackets with their fabric especially made for Akasa Air, using recycled polyester fabrics, which is made from PET bottle plastic salvaged from marine waste, and comfortable sneakers for airline in-flight crew, keeping in mind ergonomics, aesthetics, and comfort. We have designed a uniform in which our team feels both proud and comfortable as they direct their energy in use of warm, friendly, and efficient flying experience for all our passengers. Basil Contido, co-founder and chief marketing and experience officer of Akasa Air, said. According to the company, given the mobile lifestyle of crew members and long hours spent standing, Vanilla Moon designed sneakers that are light and contain extra cushioning from heel to toe to ensure better support. The sneaker sole is carved from recycled rubber and manufactured without any use of plastic. It said, "We are delighted to share their shoe design, which is sustainably produced, functional, comfortable, gender neutral, and contemporary." Deepika Mehra, founder of the Vanilla Moon Sale. Designed by Delhi-based fashion designer Rajesh Pratap Singh, the jacket draws inspiration from the Indian Bandh galas and is forward-looking in a modern version of the garment. These uniforms are perfect amalgamation of the style and sustainability and reflect Akasa Air's core values. From concept to the final outcome, it has been an exciting journey for me to work on this design and present one of the most unique, sustainable, and functional uniforms or art times. Singh said, last November, Akasa Air announced ordering 72 737 MAX aircraft from Boeing. The order includes two varieties from the 737 MAX family, 737-8 and 737-8-200. So just have a break for 2 seconds. Let's see what's the time because I have to go office as well. It's 8:14. So almost 25 minutes reading has done. So just have for the last 5 minutes. So covered. Let's go for the news of Samajwadi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, for Delhi news. So let's see what Honorable CM Delhi has to say about BJP. Arvind Kejriwal attacks BJP over electricity issue in Gujarat. On a day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Digital India Week 2022 in Gandhinagar, AAP National Convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal launched a scathing attack on Gujarat government over the issue of electricity. Inaugurating the Digital India Week 2022 in Gandhinagar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that with the passage of time, the country which does not adopt modern technologies, time moves ahead, leaving it behind. India was a victim of this during the so now I have to be ready for the office as well. So it's already 8:15. So I thank all of you for patience listening, and I request to like and subscribe my channel because I guess this is the one of the channel which started to help not only me, to the others who also wants to have a good English speaking skills. So like, subscribe and share to everyone so that they can also be benefited. Thank you. Jai Hind.